Texas Roadhouse is often considered one of America's best steakhouse chains, but whether you're an old fan or a new customer, the employees have a few facts they want the public to know. Have you ever noticed that no two Texas Roadhouse establishments look alike? That's because every Texas Roadhouse is constructed to reflect the community in which it's built. So you'll find decorations unique to your Texas Roadhouse that you aren't likely to find anywhere else. But while most of the murals painted in each restaurant are unique and local, there's at least one mural that may be the same at every franchise location. A Texas Roadhouse affiliated artist always composes one of the murals in each outpost of the chain, serving as an ode to Native American culture. There is also a corner dedicated to a very specific celebrity, but more on that later. Everything at Texas Roadhouse is made in-house, so you can expect each item you order to be as fresh as possible. While other steakhouses may claim their rolls are made from scratch, Texas Roadhouse takes it one step further. Not only does the chain cook entrees fresh, but it even makes its own croutons, bacon bits, and dressings. So when you're ordering a salad with bacon bits, you won't be getting those additive-filled hard pieces sprinkled out of a plastic container. Instead, expect your loaded potato, green beans, potato skins, and salads to get peppered with the real stuff. And when ordering those freshly made dressings, expect Texas Roadhouse to dish up ranch, honey mustard, blue cheese, Italian, French, Caesar, and more. Not only does Texas Roadhouse have house-made dressings and entrees, but it also employs its own butchers and bakers with their own special tasks. The butcher will complete their work in a 34-degree cooler where every steak is hand-cut. Texas Roadhouse butchers will cut around $1 million worth of meat per year, which includes tender and savory ribeye, sirloin, and filet steaks. As for the baker, they're responsible for those hot and delicious yeast rolls that diners can't wait to get their hands on. These freshly made rolls are cooked up every 5 minutes, so they're ready to be slathered in that delicious cinnamon butter at all times. Diners may be a little disappointed if they plan to frequent any Texas Roadhouse location earlier in the day, since the restaurant isn't typically open for lunch. Since Texas Roadhouse opens for lunch only on the weekends, the popular restaurant should be primarily viewed as a dinner-only location. And the reason for this is that Texas Roadhouse reportedly believes in the value of its team. By allowing managers the beginning of the day off, the hope is that the schedule will contribute to a better work-life balance. Texas Roadhouse also stands to benefit from this setup, since opening its doors only during busier hours enables the restaurant to plant itself where it wants, rather than high-traffic areas with a big lunch rush. While Texas Roadhouse is known for expanding its energetic environment with trinkets and decorations that reflect the culture and community in which it was built, there's one thing that remains the same: a corner specifically dedicated to Willie Nelson. While it may appear that the owner of the company has an infatuation with the well-known music star, Nelson and the late Kent Taylor, founder and former CEO of Texas Roadhouse, had an established relationship going way back. The two met at a charity event, and before they knew it, a friendship was born. Since then, there's been a section dedicated to Willie Nelson in every restaurant. There are also rumors that Willie Nelson has since partnered with Texas Roadhouse and may even have a restaurant that he owns in Austin, Texas. A roadie is the in-house term for a Texas Roadhouse employee. Roadies tend to receive great benefits from the company. Employees who work 30 or more hours a week stand to earn tuition assistance, which can reach over $5,000 when certain parameters are met. According to the Texas Roadhouse official website, an employee can be eligible for benefits, including tuition reimbursement, after working a full year at the restaurant. In addition to tuition reimbursement, employees can expect to take advantage of flexible schedules, paid vacation, identity theft programs, annual holiday bonuses, medical, dental, and vision insurance, and even weekly pay. With this in mind, it's easy to see why many servers consider Texas Roadhouse a decent place to work. It's easy to presume that superior customer service is something most businesses aspire to achieve, and to Texas Roadhouse, customer service seems to be especially important. A job posting for a host position at one Texas Roadhouse location laid out what is expected from the staff. These expectations include putting forth every effort to greet and assist diners, quoting times for tables accurately, going above and beyond for guests who haven't been to the establishment, and even working to show every customer why Texas Roadhouse is indeed the friendliest place in town. In addition, hosts and hostesses are specifically encouraged to tell guests about Texas Roadhouse's legendary history. While telling the restaurant story to every customer may get tiring after a while, it's clear to see how customer service at Texas Roadhouse is a top priority. At Texas Roadhouse, birthdays are seen as an occasion to hoot, holler, and scream, much to the embarrassment of the birthday guest. However, your server may be just as annoyed by the process as you are. When it's time for that all-too-familiar yeehaw, your server first has to round up people in the kitchen who will do the birthday ritual with them. Not surprisingly, many staff members may scatter once birthday time comes. But once your server has successfully gathered whoever is brave enough to participate, they'll need to belt out the whole birthday spiel to the entire restaurant and conclude it with a big old Texas yeehaw to wrap it all up. Yes, your server is happy it's your birthday, and no, they don't hate you. But it's important to realize that just because servers seem enthusiastic about the task, chances are they are just as embarrassed to have to yell out that birthday chant as you are to hear it. Not many people enter a Texas Roadhouse restaurant looking for seafood, but according to employees, the seafood might be the dark horse candidate for the best thing on the menu. You'll find several seafood options at Texas Roadhouse, and according to people who used to work there are a few dishes that stand out. In a post on Reddit, one former staff member claims they never really liked catfish much until she tried the deep-fried catfish at Texas Roadhouse, served with an incredible in-house tartar sauce. Other workers have claimed that the salmon is equally delicious and well-deserving of your hard-earned cash. So if you don't have a hankering for steak, you might just walk away surprised after sampling the franchise's seafood. We know that when you order ribs from a Roadhouse-style steakhouse, the chances that you're going to get ribs as delicious as your local barbecue joint are slim to none.
My one guilty pleasure is a good rack of ribs, even at 7:30 in the morning.
Though we're sure there are some places out there that could easily rival Texas Roadhouse ribs, this chain restaurant has its rib game on lock. While there's a bit of back and forth concerning the process by which Texas Roadhouse cooks the ribs, most employees posting on Reddit tend to agree that they're cooked low and slow before they are finished off on the grill. They are then slathered in Texas Roadhouse's in-house barbecue sauce before being served up alongside all your favorite Texas-inspired sides. And in case you're wondering which Texas Roadhouse sides pair well with the ribs, it's easy to recommend the bacon-infused green beans, loaded baked potatoes, or steak fries. For diners who have loved Texas Roadhouse for quite some time, you likely remember when the floor of each establishment was littered with peanut shells. For some, this experience may feel as recent as yesterday, and it can seem baffling to walk into a Texas Roadhouse now and actually be able to see the floor. It can seem as if Texas Roadhouse has stopped offering free peanuts altogether. Headlines about customers slipping on nutshells have led some to speculate that these accidents are responsible for the chain discontinuing the service. Other rumors include problems with guests who may have had allergic reactions to peanuts, as well as claims that the COVID-19 pandemic forced the chain to stop serving their featured snack. But while you might not see peanut shells covering the floor of your local Texas Roadhouse, according to the official Texas Roadhouse website, restaurant locations in the United States offer free peanuts to customers while they wait for their food. They are served in a bucket and are available to anyone who wants them, regardless of whether they are ordering food or not. Servers often have one or two dishes that are served at the restaurant where they work, which are usually their go-to meals. And since Texas Roadhouse employees tend to be die-hard food enthusiasts, this fact not only applies to steaks, but to plenty of foods that are offered on the menu. Despite the dish being just a plain old chicken dinner, several employees have sung praises of an entree known as herb-crusted chicken.
The herb-crusted chicken was so moist. I loved it.
Other employees have also claimed their winning meals include the Dallas filet, which is best enjoyed medium rare for the most tender and flavorful experience. They also recommend the marbled ribeye, as well as the restaurant chain's burgers. There are even employees out there who recommend diners give the salads at Texas Roadhouse a go. Their powerful flavor combinations of in-house croutons served with made-from-scratch dressing creates delicious salads filled with crisp lettuce and shreds of thick cheese. If anyone is considering ordering the famous cactus blossom, which is served with its own dip, they should be sure to bring their appetite. The size of this dish is nothing to scoff at, and even if it's ordered as a meal, it probably won't be finished by a single person. The cactus blossom is what many like to call the bloomin' onion, which is the name of a similar dish at Outback Steakhouse. One Texas Roadhouse server on Reddit claims that this monster of an appetizer is large enough to generously feed at least 2 people, though more often than not, 2 people rarely manage to eat the whole thing in one sitting. Instead of ordering the cactus blossom solely for your own enjoyment, your best bet may be to order it for your whole table. Your family and friends will be sure to thank you, and you won't have to worry about juggling as many to-go boxes on your way home. While it may sound cliche, Texas Roadhouse employees want diners to know that the servers are human too. While they are there to serve the needs of customers, it's important to keep in mind that many of them may receive as little as $2.13 per hour because they're expected to make the rest in tips. Not only this, but many Texas Roadhouse servers on Reddit reported that the restaurant engages in tip sharing. This means that the tips they earn don't only go to them, but also to the other staff.
We pool tips. The other guys are gonna think I'm kiting.
While it's fine to point out mistakes that may have occurred with your food order, remember that your server is likely stressed out, especially during nights when the dinner rush gets busy. Kindness can go a long way, so remember to tip and take it easy on your hardworking servers.